Requirement 11.3.1.2 is a future-dated requirement. This is a net new requirement, and it has a sunrise specifically of March the 31st, 2025. So you have until then before this requirement will take full effect. This is an enhancement to our current vulnerability scanning requirement that we've always had under the PCI DSS. And the particular enhancement is that starting again with that future date, we will need to perform all of our internal vulnerability scans using authenticated vulnerability scanning tools. What does that mean? Well, that means that our vulnerability scanner will need usually administrative credentials in order to log into the system, and it will be querying files, configuration files, DLLs, Linux library files, binaries, these other things. It will be querying those files directly instead of performing an anonymous network-based vulnerability scanner against, say, for instance, open TCP ports. So there are a number of specific, sub-requirements on this one. We will need to document all of the systems that themselves cannot be scanned via authenticated mechanisms. Maybe there is no authentication mechanism on the system, right? Or maybe it's a router or a switch, and maybe that will, will perform, create system instability or something like that, right? So we will need to document each of those systems. We'll also need to make sure that sufficient privileges are in place for the scanner. Again, that generally means it needs to sign in with some sort of administrative or root credentials. And then also, if those same authenticated scanning accounts can also be used for an interactive login, then they need to be managed in accordance with requirement 8.2.2. This particular change in the data security standard can create some potential problems down the road. If you wait until the first quarter of 2025 to perform your first authenticated vulnerability scan, you're probably going to be in trouble when you get to actually where that requirement takes effect. Authenticated vulnerability scans are going to create additional findings, and many of those will need to be remediated and then retested to ensure that they have been successfully fixed before the March 31st deadline. It's at that point that this requirement, including all of the passing scan requirements, will take full effect. So again, if you wait until the very end to do this one for the first time, you're probably going to be surprised, and you'll probably end up with a non-compliant report on compliance the first time through on your after this requirement takes hold. So we strongly recommend that all of our customers implement this mechanism, this enhancement, at least 2 or maybe even 3 quarters in advance to make sure that you can work with these results and are still able to produce passing scan results at least every 90 days in accordance with requirement 11.3.1.